All right, what is good for the culture family? We are going to take a look at what happened specifically yesterday after the session. We seen a 7% increase spike on the S&P 500 after Trump had released that they were actually going to put a 90-day pause on the tariffs. So, what did we talk about yesterday? Well, price is technically still in a bullish corrective or a bullish overall structure. Yesterday, we seen the creation of higher highs and higher lows. We wanted to see a possible flip yesterday and did not see that. In fact, we had a creation of a high here that changed the structure, came down to a key demand zone. We flipped, created a new high, and price took off with that release of that news. And now what we're seeing is appears to be a correction to the downside, as we're seeing a 30-minute move here as price is creating lower lows and lower highs within this current wave. Now, following that impulsive move, we have a huge gap to fill to the downside that price could likely fill. Now, we remain in an overall bearish or bullish wave in terms of this structural move here, right? So we are still creating higher highs and higher lows. 4-hour time frame is coming off of a previous 4-hour bearish candle. Now we are at an area of interest that price could see a possible flip to the downside. We have this huge imbalance, so I will be looking for sales coming into the session today. ES 4-hour time frame. Yeah, all of these look solid in terms of possible sell moves, especially if we can see a move to break through these lows. Now, when would I possibly look for buys? Let's say these lows are held and we get price change from creating lower lows and lower highs to creating higher highs and higher lows with the break of this 30-minute high here, potential continuation. But as of right now, price is in this bearish market structure. We have a huge imbalancing gap that price can fill to the downside. It's just likely where I can see price flowing currently coming off of, the 4-hour bearish candles. So let's take a look at what our opening range looks like here. Okay, so it looks like we've had a sweep of the high and the low. It looks like we went ahead and took out the high first of our opening range, then came back out, took out the low. Now, what would I anticipate? A continuation of this move to the downside to likely fill potentially these gaps. Coming off of the 4-hour time frame being, a previous bearish 4-hour candle. That's where I can see, price flowing. We came down to a key area of resistance. Let's actually remove this session because it's taking up a lot of time. So we came to a key area of interest here within this demand zone, and now we've seen a rejection off of this following an impulsive move. This is a corrective structure base move following this impulsive move from Wednesday, right? So we've seen a push up. We want to see how the markets react within these levels here. If this area holds and we see a smaller time frame flip where we get a higher high get created here, then we could look for a possible buy. But as of right now, I'm just following what the current market structure is showing, and it looks the same across all of these here. Gold is at 31,000 or 3,100. It's crazy. So yesterday, small green day. We ended up making about like $270 yesterday. Mainly a break-even day though. It's just been a break-even week, honestly. I mean, it's been a small green week. Each day chipping at it. Haven't had any losses this week, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I lost this week, but it's just been break even the past 3 days, or I guess you could say small win. So we just keep lining up those base hits until we get a solid move, right? That's all we can do. We just keep executing based on how the system and how the strategy works. Coming into a key area of interest here. Now, what I want to see is a break of this low, a correction back up, and then this continuation of this move to the downside. That would be ideal. Likewise for all of these other pairs. Coming into key areas of interest though, if we see a smaller time frame market shift, then we'll know that price will go back up to take the highs yet again. And I believe, what did you say, Mayon? Which ones? I didn't look at all of these. FX market session. You said which one took out the high? Oh, Nas.
And S&P, but not Dow Jones.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Gold is just in a beautiful actual market structure here. Possible buys. You see price just tapping into this area of interest. Just barely breaking through this low, but didn't break through the key low and then gets a rejection. I have not been trading gold. Haven't even so much of gold. Okay, so we just gotta break of this low. Now what are we waiting for? We're waiting for a smaller time frame correction and then a continuation of this possible sell move to the downside. That'll be ideal, and that'll be what I'm looking for. So let's take a look at which actual pair we want to trade this on. Nas does not look good. YM broke. Dow broke. S&P doesn't look bad. S&P a shallow break here. Now what I want to see on the 1 minute time frame is a correction and then a continuation down of that move. Yeah, S&P just they all kind of retested and then swept. Nas didn't sweep the low though. So let's see if we can't get a correction back into here, doubling with a 5 minute candle bearish closure. Let's see, we got a 38, or it's at 9:38. So let's see. We got some time before the next 4 hour candle opens as well. Still got a gap up here to fill on Dow Jones as well. It'd be interesting to see how price reacts within these levels here. That 5 minute candle right there, definitely fighting that bullish closure. Oh, this looks ridiculous. Let's see. We just got a 5 minute candle close bearish. We want to wait for the first 5 minute candle of this to close bearish. Excuse me. Thank you. First 1 minute candle of this 5 minute close bearish. And ideally, that looked like that might have been our retest there.
Just get in.
Right before that candle closed. It just retested. But let's see if we can't see, maybe a break of this low here, a correction, and then another 1 minute candle close within this 5 minute candle. Anticipating the 5 minute candle to, well, what it's doing, actually fill the wick and potentially make a steeper move to this downside here. Yeah, this definitely would have been the candle that ideally I should have gotten in at.
After the 5 minutes of close bearish at the retest level.
Um, right before the 5 minute close bearish at that retest level, just based on how this candle closed.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
So like it would be the closing
It'll break
candle.
even once it break the low.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which would have been right now. Anticipating a continuation of the fill
Mm-hmm.
in alignment with what the previous 4 hour candles is doing. So let's take a look at, maybe we haven't missed it on all pairs. Nas still hasn't broke yet. Nas is generally much more in terms of your risk percentage or risk profile. Yeah, it's looking like Dow Jones, just always the cleanest for me. And it has been for the past couple of days. All right, so 5 minute is appearing to close bearish. Let's see if we can get this 1 minute candle to close bullish. We can get some type of corrective structure within to this level, and we'll look for sell moves to the downside. We definitely had got that retest here. Just happened 1 minute before my candle closure there. We would have been break even. I wanted to see some type of steeper pullback within this candle wick to get in. Didn't quite see that. Price just kind of took off to the downside there. Nas is now breaking through the low. Still doesn't quite look as clean here as the Dow Jones or even as the S&P. This 1 minute candle on the S&P looks a little weird, but in terms of our order flow and our volume, it's clean to the downside. Very, very clean. See if we can get some type of correction and then a possible continuation of this sell move to the downside. Ideally, that's what I'm looking for. Gold just has not been the cleanest. 5 minute candle closes here. We just got a 1 minute candle bullish closure. This is a good sign. Potentially start looking for a scalable position. I don't know why I just said it like that, but a scalable position. Let me my phone's gonna die. Can I see your charger?
Mm-hmm.
That's why my camera's not on, because my laptop is gonna die. I was editing a video last night and didn't plug it up. Alright, 5 minute candle just closed bearish.
Your 1 minute bearish closure.
Yeah. I mean 5 minute candle 5 minute candle did close bearish.
Would have been taking out a BE. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See if this area of interest is going to hold. That's your stomach.
Mm-hmm. Just close bearish.
Close bearish. Taking a sell. Wait. Gonna adjust my. I got a sell stop, so it's
Two below the wake of the bullish.
yeah. So we're waiting for a possible 1 minute flip here off of this area of interest. See what this is going to do.
Just got activated.
Okay, so we're activated now in this trade. Oh no. I gotta draw my TP down. Oh, I just got, hold on.
Hold on.
No, on one account because I accidentally set my TP at like break even when I hit sell. Let me fix it. Testing this area of interest here. It's looking like this 1 minute candle might close bullish. Let's see. Are we gonna break through this high? Or are we gonna see this 5 minute candle flip? Oh, this 5 minute candle is extremely bullish here. Five minute or 1 minute candle just closed bullish. We got 50 seconds until this 5 minute candle closes. 15-minute candle just opened up. 30-minute candle potentially rejecting off of these lows here. Yeah, this 5 minute candle is looking like it's going to close bullish, which is not what we want to see in terms of our position. From this area, we want to just see that immediate rejection from this level of resistance to see this push to the downside. With this 5 minute candle closing bullish, it's likely that we can see a potential steeper move to the upside here. But let's see. We're going to keep our area of interest intact. This is where we want to see a rejection from. Let's see if we can see this push to the downside. Yeah, I definitely don't like how this previous 5 minute candle closed. This is kind of what I'm anticipating here. Steep, bottom wick for the next 5 minute and then a steeper push up. We're going to see. But I anticipate that's what we get with that 5 minute candle close. Yeah, okay, so we're going to see a steeper move up here. 5 minute candle close bullish. I guess you can say a way of modifying risk would have been able to get out at that area, but just not ideal, honestly, in terms of just letting the trade play out. once seeing the volume. Let's wait. I'm gonna wait now for this 4 hour candle to close. I still think you can see here that price is now just kind of giving that move back to the downside, but we took out this high here, which I'm not too inclined to, but it's looking like this 5 minute candle can in fact close bearish if we stay above or stay below this level here. If that's the case, I look to scale into the next 5 minute, and we have a 1 minute shift here. Price create a high, create a low, higher high, and then we see that shift. The 5 minute candle close bearish, and we see a steeper move to the downside. I look to go in at a possible a possible trade there. We got 7 minutes left until this 4 hour candle closes. That boy got an early jump on spring break. That's tough. What's good, Sucio Jones? Nas is the only time frame that actually didn't take out that 1 minute high, as we see like with YM, where we took out that 1 minute high. ES took out that 1 minute high, getting this 5 minute candle bearish flip. Let's wait for this 4 hour candle to close. Nothing left to do but wait. Yeah, just getting this push to the downside here for the Dow Jones. You can see how this 1 hour candle is likened to close. This 5 minute candle flipping bearish 15. Looks like it's trying to flip bearish here. 5 minute candle is in fact going to close bearish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale in on the first one within this 15. Likely if we see, a little bit of a better move here, I'll scale into this account over here because I haven't risked nothing on this account with that break-even trade. Is this 5 minute candle? High break, low break, high break, low break. Yeah, definitely gonna wait for this 4 hour candle to close. Within this next 3 minutes and 35 seconds, we shall wait. But yeah, it's looking like we're gonna close bearish though. Following an impulsive move like this, I would want to see a continuation of this move to the downside. This 15 is trying its hardest to flip bearish. Breaking through this low here, this 5 minute solid retest, just taken out there early on this move here. Set our stops above this high of this 1 minute candle, first 1 minute to activate, anticipating a steeper move to the downside. But we had an impulsive move that took out this high here, this 1 minute high, followed by like a corrective structure. But all other time frames, well, except for this 15-minute time frame here that is fighting to close bearish, are indeed currently bearish. So we'll let this 4 hour candle close. 2 minutes here. And expect nothing crazy within this next 2 minutes. $15 just flipped bearish. Now, I'm anticipating that we see this fill to the downside, right? 1 minute candle is kind of showing it there. But since price took out this high up here, I want to see it take out this low. That to me will confirm that we're still going down, and I'll look for a possible scale in. Otherwise, if we come back up to break this high, then we'll look for a possible, flip here. Last 1 minute. This 15-minute candle is literally just fighting. Hey, Seuss, you still here, bro? Hold on. Do we have any news release? Okay, 10 o'clock. 4 hour candle opened up as a bearish candle. We're seeing a correction form right at the beginning of this current 4 hour candle here. We've seen that we in fact did take out this low over here, with the 1 hour candle closing closing previously as a bearish candle. We have the 5 minute and the 15-minute both closing bearish, and we could potentially see a continuation of this move to the downside. So I'll sell, stop, limit, stop. Here we go. Stop loss. Not ideal. Let's wait for this break of this low, because it's likely we get a correction. I think we'll see maybe an impulsive move, but I want to see at least maybe a correction to form. It's a little bit safer of a trade. So there's that impulsive move. Absolutely beautiful retest. Let's see. 5 minute candle. Yeah, we could scale in within the next. Long ways. Let's pull up the higher time frame power 3. Just got this low break. It's looking like the S&P is a little bit cleaner here in terms of price action. I'm gonna be looking at that right now. It's like wait for this 5 minute counter to close. It closed bearish here, but it just closed bullish on my Forex chart. Oh no, that's this right here. Oh, it closed bearish there too. Yeah, no, it closed bullish over here. I'm gonna be patient. This 4 hour candle just opened up. All right, 5 minute candle closing bearish. See, and this is why you gotta wait for that 5 minute candle to close, because you expect some type of pullback in your next 5 minute. Now, if this 5 minute candle closes bullish, then I'll scale into the next 5 minute candle for that continuation down, as long as we don't break through this high. Right, and why is that? Because price is creating lower lows and lower highs. So created a low, created a high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. We just broke through this lower low, so we can see a correction and then a lower high get created, get placed in. That would be in confirming with a 5 minute candle bearish closure, along if this current 5 minute candle closes bullish, right? Anticipating that this one will, we see another bearish 5 minute candle close and then a sell move to the downside. We ended up taking uh, a loss right here, like a 1% loss on this move here on, actually it was on US 30. Something along the lines of this, anticipating this low to get broken and a steeper move to the downside. But it just happens like that sometimes. 5 minute candle is now flipping bearish. Let us see. My eye is burning.
Well, dang. Go without me.
We got a steep pull bike into our 5 minute key. Let's see how this 5 minute is going to close here in the next. I anticipate this 5 minute candle to close bullish, but if it closes bearish, then we can just scale in. This wouldn't have offered the best opportunity within here, because this ideally is where I would have wanted to scale in at, where the continuation to the downside.
You almost need to see it break it below again.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it broke through this area, so it's like, okay, how do I put this? We had a low get placed in, a high, a low, a higher high, a lower high, a retest within here. You essentially want to see this candle close bearish and not break through this high, and a potential next 1 minute scale in on the 5 minute candle for a continuation to the downside to take out these lows. But if this 5 minute candle closes bullish, then that changes it, right? Because then I'm anticipating a steeper move to the upside. But this is, yeah. This is ideally what I anticipated. Because then you get this 5 minute bearish candle close, the next 5 minute pulls up within this area. But don't break this high and push down. But you gotta wait to see how this dirty rascal closes. Because she's definitely testing the highs and the lows here. This candle here is very clutch. Is she bullish? She is bullish. Beautiful. Now we got a bullish 1 minute or 5 minute candle closure. Hopefully we see an actual correction to form. Oh man. There we go. Let's take a look. No top wick. It's crazy work. Yeah, all these looking pretty much identical here. Nah, it's just super choppy market structure. YM started chopping. ES is even a little chop. Oh, ES has a top wick. Do these all have top wicks? No, ES is the only one. It's still not ideal. Meanwhile, gold just taking off from those lows in the past 5 minutes. That is 9:30 came down, made a steeper move here, tested the key demand zone here on gold, right? We had a high get created that took out the previous high, came down, created a low. We broke through this high here. We shouldn't see this low get broken and then pushed up. Definitely gonna have to start taking a look more at gold there. I'm gonna move my stops over here. So I've taken, yeah, I just quickly did enter the trade. Took a continuation, not on this account here, just a continuation based move on a different account at a low risk for this 5 minute candle.
After the 1 minute close bearish.
Yeah. So we'll see how it is. I just took it on the account that I didn't have any risk already on. If we get a continued break of the low, that'd be ideal. Right now, just floating around break even. I have to start going to sleep earlier because the tiredness that I feel right now is immense. We might see a whole 5 minute candle flip here. In Q, pull bike continuation, likely pull bike continuation, pull bike anticipating a continuation. I'm actually on here. Excuse me. Okay, so taking out at a 0.25 risk on that one. It just seems that this week I just haven't been able to get a hold on price. Have the overall like right direction, just entries have been slightly off. I mean, it's been a break even week up to, well, to now it actually does make it a break even week because it was a small profit week. And now we're around break even. Ooh, excuse me. So from here, I likely only have like one more trade across all accounts that I would be looking to take, but I would have to see just a better entry confirmation, right? We just kind of have ranged off here in the process of creating lower lows and lower highs. My technical key low or key high is here. Why? Because that's the start of the push that broke through to create this low here. So essentially, you don't want to see this area get broken and then another continuation of that move to the downside. If this area does get broken, that actually flips the structure on the smaller time frame. Time is it 10:16? You all right, buddy?
I'm just uncomfortable.
Probably cold too. Definitely not comfortable. Come here. Dang, you just smacked your dome. Gotta watch out. There you go. Alright, so what were the two trades taken today? We took one here. Stops above, anticipating this continuation downside. Take out these lows and fill this gap to the downside. And then another one here. It stops above, anticipating yet again this move to the downside. This one actually took out the high, had to wait for a break of the low to confirm price was still going down. We've seen a correction. And then kind of a similar move, but price has just not been beautiful. I would say in session. Well, that's a lie. On Tuesday, we had seen actually a nice move that happened. Just as we were getting off the charts, I guess you could say. On Tuesday, we had, I believe it was right here, yeah. And we seen the better move on NQ, right? So Tuesday, this is Thursday. Let's go back. Since we're not seeing too much of nothing. Wednesday. Oh man, I gotta zoom out. Alright, Tuesday. So here we are. Yeah, this was the day. So we had seen an impulsive move to the upside. Price had came down. We were looking at buys within these areas, just taking out at break even. Then we finally seen what was a smaller time frame shift and flip here. So price pushed through this low, corrected, and aligning with that 5-minute candle bearish closure. 1-minute candle close bearish, and just did not come back following that move to the downside. And this is essentially what I anticipated to see for our trades today and wanted to see. This retest, we get in at that retest and then that continuation to the downside. We just haven't seen that happen here today with just our current market structure following that impulsive move that we had yesterday, right? Price still not taking out the key highs, or hasn't taken out, shall I say, the key highs. So you can see we definitely just wanted to see that base continuation of that move. Did we take it on the S&P or was it YM that we took the first one? Yeah, on YM. So we've seen a correction, move back up, came into our area of demand. Wanted to see that continuation of that move downside, sweep the low. We did in fact sweep the low, but we took out this high first, which was not ideal. Again, Nas the only one to not really break the high of the well, no, I don't think actually any of them broke the high. This one didn't break the high. It did take out this one though. Yeah, just kind of choppy price action. An overall bearish move to the downside, just not the cleanest market structure to cap off of. So we got about 10 more minutes into this live session. Then any trades that I take will be sent to the group following the live session. May actually start taking a look at gold here. If we can get some type of correction and continuation. Haven't traded gold in quite some time actually. Let's wait for a higher time frame pullback. So these areas all look good. I wonder what's in New York. That's tough. My boy got a long little trip. Definitely had to be getting it in early. For our time frame, forming a steeper top wick. Oh yeah. I like the way this would look for a possible flip, a retest, and then a flip to the downside for this 4-hour candle to flip being bearish after creating this steeper top wick. That would actually be really nice. But we have this impulse move followed by what is a corrective structure in an overall relative bullish market structure. Just nothing there yet on the lower time frame to indicate that, let's take buys.
No, 5 minute beers. Closure. This 15. This is about to close bullish though. So it's like for 15 retracement at this point. Even though if this 5 minute closes bearish at this level, it could likely go down on Dow Jones.
Yeah. 20. Oh, German 30. What is the Jer 30? I don't think that's German. I'm so sorry if I just said that completely wrong. I do not trade that asset at all.
Work every single day. So congratulations for the success so far. Making somebody's yearly salary in 9 days alone is truly impressive. Price of the day traded was $3,000 today. Not gonna lie, I woke up with a lot of confidence today, man. Just felt like today was gonna be my day, man. That video on the life of the day.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Not what I would like to see. Like, it's what you want to see, but that 15 make me not want to take it.
Oh, my back is killing. Well, first you want to wait for this 5 minute to close for sure,
Well, yeah. But,
which will double as this 30
which is also what? Ooh.
fighting.
Man, this is boo boo, man.
Yeah, it ain't a lot here, you know. It ain't like it's just jumping, that's for sure.
It's like structurally, this is a nice setup. But the way this thing been moving, I doubt it's. I don't know, man. It's like this 30 about to close bullish, but if this 15 about to close bullish, 5 minute bearish after retest level, it's like, just leave it.
Yeah. Market structure isn't always just gonna be beautiful. $30 on the S&P looks like it's fighting to close bearish. Ultimately getting overrun by this 5 minute. Yeah, it's rough. I definitely would want to see a steeper push up, like, or a smaller time frame shift. So like partnering an extra confluence of a break of this low here for a continuation to the downside,
Yeah.
or being that the previous 15 minute candle closed bullish, because where we're at on this 1 minute time frame is in a bullish market structure.
Miami closed bearish, but the 30 still probably closed bullish. Oh no, 30 closed bearish.
The 15 closed bullish. Oh, you said YM?
Yeah.
Oh, it did close bearish. Yeah, but still no smaller time frame market shift though. Meanwhile, gold is just placing higher highs and higher lows immediately. Oh, gracious. So much to be done. So little time. Right, I got alerts under all of these 1 minute kilos. I'm about to set alerts. And that'll be the last possible positions that I look for. You said NQ was the only one that didn't sweep the high and the low? I am. Thank you. All right, guys. So I'm gonna call the stream there. I'll still be looking at the markets. Look for a break of this high or a break below this low. That'll kind of depend on what I'm looking for structurally in terms of how I look to execute on this market. Still in the overall bearish market structure, so would be more inclined to a break of a lower time frame low to give me that confirmation and confidence to take another sell entry. If not, then I'll just call it a day. So appreciate you guys for tapping in, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's stream.